This is Abuja, the fastest growing city in the world. Thousands troop in and out of this great place. So, where are you coming from? Far north, south, east, or west? Let's share this wisdom with you about where to stay, considering comfort, prompt services, and above all, adequate security. Zeus Paradise Hotel, number 1 Domenico Gicho Street by Cetraco, by Jabi Lake Mall, Mabushi, Abuja. We invite you to get details of this hotel from our website, www.zeusparadise.com. Telephone 0807 050 0062. Zeus Paradise Hotel, complete home away from home.
Hello and welcome to Clearview Television. We are reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. The Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, Nabbed, says the North cannot afford to ignore last Tuesday's unanimous decision of the 17 southern state governors banning open grazing in their states. National Secretary of Nabbed, Baba Otman Ngilzarma, has therefore advised northern governors to rise up to the challenge by working out a solution of their own that will be generally acceptable. He said, and we quote, "We can't ignore the unanimous demand of the entire governments of the South on a particular issue. If the southern governors can be in agreement on an aspect, that means it is an issue and deserves to be given serious attention. In a situation where the entire southern populace is synonymous with a particular aspect, I think this aspect deserves to be given attention. But the northern governors need to speak with their southern counterparts so that they can come up with a solution that is generally acceptable." End of quote. Ngilzarma also called on the northern governors to consider reactivating the over 400 inactive grazing reserves in the north and make them attractive for pastoralists to settle. According to the National Secretary of Nabbed, the grazing reserves, if reactivated with the provision of schools, veterinary clinics, hospital services, among others, would give the pastoralists an opportunity to be educated and also stop them from roaming. He said the grazing reserves, which cover an area of 5 million hectares in the north, should be reactivated in the interim before considering ranching, which may take a long time and process to complete. Ngilzarma noted that as an association, Miyetti Allah believes that settlements for the pastoralists will be the only solution that will solve the farmer-herder clashes in the country. Ngilzarma urged the federal government to design a policy to tackle the problem of farmer-herders conflict. He also urged the National Assembly to come up with legislation that will put an end to the issue. Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike says security agents have arrested some of the gunmen who carried out the recent attacks on security formations in the state between April 24 and May 7 this year. 5 soldiers, 11 policemen, and 3 custom officials were killed in separate attacks at checkpoints and police stations in Rivers State. Governor Wike, who announced the capture of the gunman in a broadcast on Saturday evening, however, gave no further information on the arrest of the suspects. The governor also announced the relaxation of the curfew time in Port Harcourt local governments and Obiakpo, another metropolitan local government area near the state capital. The curfew had been imposed as extra security measures in the light of the attacks. Governor Wike said the starting time for the curfew in both local government areas will now be 8:30 p.m. as against the initial 7 p.m.
Listen to this truth. We are growing by the day and our viewership keeps growing on our different platforms. We are inviting you to advertise your goods and services with us at incredibly low rates. And do you have news for us? Script or video? Please contact us through our email address clearviewnewsroom@gmail.com or WhatsApp line 080 650 30 300. Again, 080 650 30300. Welcome on board.
The Abuja chapter of the Ijaw Youth Council has called for continued peace and unity in Nigeria. The youth, however, said that only justice, equity, and fair play will help address the differences among the various ethnic groups in the country. They made their position known at the weekend in Abuja at an event held to mark the remembrance anniversary of Niger Delta hero Major Isaac Adaka BORO, who died 53 years ago. Clearview TV's Nii Marisa was at the event and now reports.
It was the celebration of Niger Delta's patriot and by extension Nigerian nationalist. It is the 53rd year's remembrance of Major Isaac Adaka BORO. On February 23, 1966, BORO declared the secession of the Niger Delta Republic. His revolt signified the first armed rebellion against the Federal Republic of Nigeria. BORO has been widely cited as an inspiration for both violent and non-violent Niger Delta activists.
My message to the Niger Delta is to love one another, to care for one another, to carry persons with disability in line with the struggle.
BORO is a legend, is an hero, is a man that fought for the emancipation of the Niger Delta people.
We have done it earlier and we want to continue to give them the struggle. That the struggle must be on, that the jaws must be protected, our land must be protected.
This day reminds us of the sacrifice that Major Isaac Adaka BORO has made. So it also gives us the opportunity to make strong commitments to make sure that all our Ijaw brothers and sisters, selflessly continue to fight for the emancipation of the Ijaw nation.
As part of events to mark BORO's Day, Clearview Television interviewed the chairman Ijaw Youth Council Abuja chapter, and for the Northern State, Adam Mabu. He said the Nigerian state should officially acknowledge the nationalistic role the late BORO played in making Nigeria one.
We are also using this medium to also talk to the leadership of this country to recognize the effort of Major Isaac Jasper Adaka BORO, a man who were once upon a time fighting to liberating people because of the marginalization he felt that his own people were not carrying along. That made him to declare Niger Delta Republic. Upon the declaration of the Delta Republic, he came back and realized that the unity of this country is important. He came and joined the Nigeria forces to fight for the unity of the country, become a policeman to a major in Nigeria army. Major Isaac Adaka BORO is a man with different color, a man who stands for unity, a man who stands for progress. As far as Nigeria is concerned, we are also pleading to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as the way they are honoring other prominent leaders, they should also honor Major Isaac Jasper Adaka BORO.
Speaking for the Niger Delta elder statesman Edwin Clark, a legal practitioner Dixon Sophie Yeager said the legacy of unity and the philosophy of late Major Isaac BORO should be sustained by the youth.
I want to equally advise that this spirit must not die. This spirit must continue until thy kingdom will come. I believe in the corporate existence of Nigeria as a state. However, things must be done in the right way. I believe in justice, equity, and fairness. I believe in those of us, talking about having, control, ownership about our resources in the Niger Delta.
Niger Deltans were proud all over the world, identified with the hero and said in unison that the cause of late Major Isaac Jasper Adaka BORO must be sustained. In Abuja, Nii Marisa report for Clearview Television.
On the foreign scene, to de-escalate or international efforts to de-escalate the biggest military confrontation between Israel and Palestinian militants in 7 years intensified on Sunday as fighting continued unabated. The UN Security Council, chaired by China, convened in New York as Egypt and Qatar sought to broker a short ceasefire to get fuel for Gaza's only power plant into the Mediterranean enclave. UN Secretary General at the start of the Security Council meeting said the fighting must stop. The bombings have continued for a 7th day. Israel's military said it had struck the home of Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar and his brother Sinwar. Sinwar was released from an Israeli prison in 2011 during a prisoner exchange and has since risen to the top of Hamas's leadership. An Israeli official described him as the biggest threat to Israel from Gaza.
The destruction of media offices in Gaza is extremely concerning. This senseless cycle of bloodshed, terror and destruction must stop immediately. All parties must respect international humanitarian law and international human rights law. The status quo at the holy sites must be upheld and respected. And my special coordinator will brief you today on the latest developments on the ground and our effort to de-escalate the situation. Let me reiterate that the United Nations remain deeply committed to working with Israelis and Palestinians and with our international and regional partners, including the Middle East Quartet, to realize a lasting and just peace. We are in contact with many relevant interlocutors, and I again call on the parties to allow mediation efforts to intensify and succeed. Only a negotiated, sustainable political solution will end once and for all these devastating cycles of violence and lead to a peaceful future for Palestinians and Israelis alike. And I thank you.
Israel will continue hitting the Hamas terror group until we feel and understand that we've reached our objectives. Hamas decided to start this round, but they're not going to decide when to end it. You can't just shoot rockets on Israeli citizens unprovoked and then hope for the best.
In sports, Super Eagles star Kelechi Iheanacho and Wilfred Ndidi have joined the long list of Nigerians who have won the prestigious English FA Cup after Leicester City shocked favourites Chelsea in Saturday's final at Wembley Stadium. It was Leicester's first ever FA title after losing in 4 previous finals. The hero for Leicester City was Belgian star Yuri Tielemans, whose 63rd minute rocket from outside the box proved to be the winner. Chelsea thought they had qualified or equalized in the 89th minute of an own goal by Wes Morgan, but after consultation with VAR, then Chilwell, it was judged to be offside in the build-up. Ndidi and Iheanacho were in the starting 11 for Leicester, with the former playing for 90 minutes, while the latter was replaced on 67 minutes. Leicester City are now the 44th different side to win the FA Cup and the first-time winners of the competition since Wigan Athletic in 2013.
For the first time in the history, it's clearly a special day. So, yeah, just so happy for the players. They were so courageous in the game. For the supporters, they've lost 4 finals, and now 5th time we've been able to get the victory for them.
I am Nkiru Obuli. Thank you for watching.